Hey everybody, welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about 3 things that I do not like about Zoominfo. We're going to jump right in. Looking at my screen here, the pricing and plans are a bit deceptive. They do have buttons here for you to view the pricing, but you actually have to talk to a member of the sales team to do that, and their sales team is quite relentless. It took several attempts to get them to stop calling me, as far as I recall, and it was a very negative experience in trying to end the sales process that wasn't a fit for me. The sales process, as far as the involvement with their sales reps, and their sales reps were very kind, very nice when we spoke with them, but very relentless, which I can't blame them for. But the fact that you have to go through a salesperson is very frustrating. Most of us as business owners or marketers are looking for something that we can act quickly on, make decisions, and move forward with quickly. Zoominfo is not that. The next thing that I kind of found off-putting is that it's actually quite burdensome to learn how to use the Zoominfo platform. They have so many features, which is great up front, but when it comes to actually making use of the platform and figuring out what you need and where you need it, they have an entire university.zoominfo.com, and just to understand the fundamentals of what you can do with Zoominfo is a 17-minute video just to know kind of what the basics of Zoominfo is. So there's not any quick blurb you can read or any quick list of features that you can look at that gives you an accurate picture of what you can and can't do with Zoominfo. Again, creating a lot of friction, making it frustrating to figure out if this is the right platform for you. It means that you have to get involved with a salesperson before you're even sure if you want to talk to a salesperson, unless you're going to go through their university website subdomain and kind of learn about the platform manually, which, power to you if that's what you want to do. Last but not least, they have long-term contracts. They will try and put you into a 2-year contract, and at least in my experience, from what I've been hearing from everybody else as well, 2-year contracts, minimum of kind of typically what I've heard is about $15,000 per year. I've heard less, I've heard more. That's pretty much the average, I would say, is 15,000. When I first talked to them, I think we started up in the upper 20,000s, and the number came down. And then they can bolt on features or remove features based on what you need. But just the fact that you can decide into a 2-year contract before you can really decide if it's a platform that you want to use, very, very frustrating. So myself as a data provider, as an owner of a data company, these are things that I've tried to resolve for my audience. So I'll very quickly show you how we solve some of these problems for our users over at coldlytics.com. So over at Coldlytics, you don't have to do a sales demo at all. You can book one here on the landing page if you'd like, but otherwise you can just continue to the Get Started Now button and jump right in and create your free account. So there's no drawbacks on trying out the platform and checking it out. You get straight access. If you're curious about the pricing, we list that all here on our homepage as well, which I'll show you guys in this video too. So let's take a look at what building a list looks like inside of Coldlytics, because that's what most people are trying to do in Zoominfo, and that's what most people use Coldlytics for as well. That's what it's built for, is to build a list. Some people bring their own data and have us enrich it, which we can always chat with you about as well. But really, it's quite easy to just request a freshly researched list. And the difference with Coldlytics overall is that you are getting a list that has been researched by real people. We have a real team of human researchers who are experts in finding email addresses and phone numbers of contacts. So we'll go out and scrape companies that match the criteria you've given us here on this platform. And then we put our human research team behind actually finding contacts. So we're finding contacts that are fresh for you, that other people don't have, because this is a brand new list that we've built for you from scratch. It's not a database. We're not downloading the same thing everybody else bought and selling it to you again. We're doing fresh research every time. So to build a list, you'd come in here and you'd say, hey, I'm looking for 1,000 leads, 1 contact per company. Let's set our country to, let's say we're looking US wide. So we'll go United States and United States. And then we'll come down to seniority level, and we'll set that to owners and founders. And maybe if we can't find an owner or founder, a director or executive would be adequate. Then under industries, you can specify, like if you're looking for plumbers, you can put that in here. But the best way, in my opinion, to use Coldlytics is in conjunction with Google Maps. And here's why. Any business that exists in this world today has been pretty well documented by Google in some fashion, whether the business owner has already claimed their Google business profile or Google made one for them and it hasn't been claimed yet. There's no better place to start looking for data than on Google Maps, in my opinion, because of how Google creates Google business profiles for businesses on their behalf. So if we come over here and click on this blue text, this will open up Google Maps, and we can take a quick look at a specific niche search. And you could change this up for anything you want. It could be manufacturers in the United States, could be manufacturers in Idaho, or farmers in Idaho, whatever it may be. In this case, we have a list of realtors in Illinois that have popped up. And so if you were looking for a list of realtors, we would copy this here, bring it back over to Coldlytics, and paste it here. And then in this case, you would want a specific job title. You probably don't want the owners or founders, director, executives. You'd want a realtor. So you just type realtor in here, and there you go. Now you're looking for realtors off of this specific area. So you've said you're looking for realtors in Illinois. That's great. We're going to continue our search now here by going down to, I'll skim over these quickly. We do have filters that you can add around revenue for the company, how many employees are in the company, and how old that company is. Those are very valuable to a lot of our users. In this case, we won't use them. And you can just put in the task notes, looking for realtors in Illinois. And then we click on this blue next button in the bottom right corner. This is where we get into the data that you're actually going to get from the Coldlytics team. So by default, every list is going to give you the first and last name, the company name, the job title, the email address for that person. And it's not a generic info ad. It's the direct email for that person that they've listed somewhere directly for themselves on the internet. And along with a link to the company website as well. So if you click in the drop-down menu, we do have quite a few other data points that might be beneficial to you, such as the LinkedIn profile link, the address for them, the business phone number, or the mobile number or direct line, the Google review count, Google review score. These are really neat as well if you're running marketing services, because you can compare them and say, hey, X, Y, and Z companies are ranked at this, and you're ranked at this. If we run a review campaign or a review management campaign, we can boost you up in the search results because you're going to get a higher ranking. A number of other data points here, guys. I'll quickly scroll through them so you can take a look and pause the video if you need to see any of these in more details. We can tell you if they intend to advertise or are advertising by detecting if they have a pixel on their website from any of the major advertising platforms for social networks, including Google. We can tell you how fast their website loaded in milliseconds, if it's been built on WordPress, if they have a checkout on the website, all kinds of great stuff here for you guys. We'll click this blue next button to keep the wheels turning, and we'll give this list a name. We'll call it Realtors in Illinois, and then we'll click the green Start Task button. Now, in this case, I don't have a subscription on this account, so let's go take a look at the pricing. You can do that under your account settings, or you can do it on the home page. So 1 credit equals 1 valid email contact. If you look along the bottom, you'll see how much 1 credit costs. So 1 credit is 99 cents on the light plan. On the pro plan, it's 59 cents. And if you need more than 5,000 contacts a month, we can work on some custom pricing for you as well. So that covers the research for the actual lead and that you're getting a valid lead. And we have a guarantee that you'll never pay for bad data. So if you are buying data from Coldlytics and you have an email that bounces, we do scrub them and put them through an email validation process. But if any of them do bounce, which some will always bounce when you're doing cold outreach, just let us know and we'll credit those back to your account as well. So you're only paying for good data that works. Appreciate you guys watching this video. If you do have questions, happy to answer them for you here in the live chat in the bottom right corner. This does go directly to myself and my co-founder, so I'd be happy to chat with you, help you guys get started. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day.